What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 6 of my Total Warhammer 3 Zhatan the Black Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, Zhatan has moved into Cathay and has begun to corrupt it, taking out Miao Ying outside of Pomei, as well as the army that sought to reinforce Pomei before Pomei itself fell. Looks like it is a decisive blow against Miao Ying's faction, as her balance of power is quite weak at this point. Looks like she is building up another army somewhere, so we do have to be wary of that, but it will give us time to hopefully take more territories or otherwise to get revenge on the Imperial Wardens who have dared to take the Dragon's Crossroad from us. Maybe it'll be better if we just wipe out the faction for good and then turn back towards Miao Ying. Now, in terms of what we have to do this particular turn, we did acquire quite a bit of labor, so we're going to spend a little bit of it as well, especially since we're going to get a lot more labor shortly once the convoys come back. But considering we're losing quite a bit of labor due to our, well, labor losses, then I think it is better once again to spend some. Before we do, though, let's get a couple names in here. The name suggestions, Pithik. You, I believe, are going to be Chaos Beard. Like so. I guess I could have just kept Pith. Oh. Huh. Wait. His name didn't change. Or did. It still says Pithik here. Oh, interesting. I wonder if that'll change over time. Wait, what about the other units that were named? No, the Grim Gunners' names did change. What if I say Pithik Chaos Beard? Huh. Interesting. Well, I'm gonna see if that actually changes over the end turn. Anyway, you are going to be the Ashen Beards, and then you are going to be the Brothers of the Bull. Alright, some very nice names, and okay, that's enough for now. Don't worry, I will get to your names as we go along, just not going to do all of them in a single time. I'm just gonna build up, especially as I'd want units spread out, because like, what if we lose a bunch of units and stuff? I can't promise that a named unit won't die after all. Anyway, that's done. Now what I want to do is Pomei. We're going to upgrade the donation barrel here because we need cash, and we're gonna get the Fane Guard up and running immediately. Well, immediately-ish. We could actually transfer labor here to complete this immediately, but maybe it would actually be better to complete the donation barrel immediately and allow the Fane Guard to complete itself, because I don't think anybody nearby can stop it from completing anyway. Yeah, I kind of like that. Alrighty, so in that light, what we will do is we will accept new labor here, and then we will go to the labor panel. We will transfer labor out of both of your provinces to the lands of stone and steel, except 400 money for that transfer, though. But we'll get the money back. Yes, we will move it. Then you have 200 labor, and then we're going to rush your construction like so. And there we go. Suddenly we have an extra 250 money and a constructor for Zhatan at Obsidian Axe. When did we acquire it? Was that a quest completed? Obsidian Axe, quest completed. Oh, I guess we did complete it last time. Well, I'm gonna give this a quick read. Then we also got the Conclave Influence plus 25, which I guess we spent last episode. I just didn't see the notification. Odd. Alrighty, Gorth the Cruel has decided to bestow upon his commander Zhatan another piece of powerful weaponry, the shield-splitting Obsidian Axe. As is often the case, the weapon's assignment does not come without conditions, and Gorth has kept the axe's power dampened, for now. In issuing an impotent weapon of such great potential, the eminent sorcerer lord is not merely living up to his epithet. This is another challenge unto his loyal servant. Until Gorth bears witness to enough of the Chaos Dwarfs' enemies falling before the commander of Zharr, the axe's strength will stay dormant. Alrighty, well, I take it that we have it awakened now. Melee attack up to plus 40 when in melee, depending on kills. Okay. And the duration is infinite. Okay, so this is interesting. This means that Zhatan is meant to be an infantry blender rather than specifically a Lord Assassin. I guess for now, until we transfer him, Gordas will be the Lord Assassin. You are going to lose the Sword of Strife. I'm going to give you the Obsidian Axe. There we go. That actually loses your melee attack by a little bit, down to 44. We'll need to upgrade it at a Blade Master shortly then. Alright, that's fine. And we shall endeavor to do so. We can also transfer the other blade. You have the Shrieking Blade. You have the Nothing. There is our new Lord as well, however. And we'll transfer it to you. You are a melee-ish Lord. Well, you do have 44, 42. Your stats for now are a little bit weak as a Sorcerer Prophet. You know what, maybe we'll keep it off, yeah, especially since you're not fighting for the next few turns. We can always transfer it later. So for now, we'll give it to Pythic, who will occasionally jump into melee fights, even though his melee defense is pretty low as well. Ah, it says Pythic Chaos Spirit up here. Alright, well. Alrighty, well, that is good. Pome, you have constructed your money building. What about Red Fortress? We could rush you and then build the next money building here as well. Could be quite worth our time. Yeah, you know what? I think I like that. Yes, it costs money, but... do we have 400 labor to transfer over? So you're at 900 and you're at 1100. You're both in pretty good shape labor-wise. And the only concern about both of this is that we do want to be able to use the 200 labor costing buff again. And we do need several turns or we'll probably be losing labor. You know what? Let's do another 200 transfer. I don't want to go overboard. And then this will drop to 600, and then this will drop to 800 once each one loses another 200. Maybe we could do all 400 transfer. Well, a red waste, yeah, but it'll cost another 800 gold to do this. It'll just pay for it quite a bit quicker. Yeah, you know what? No, screw it. Down, and then we will transfer all of this to the red wastes. Like so. Alright, that also gives us extra control in these territories. And then the Red Waste, you are going to rush this construction for 180. And you are going to build this, and you're going to rush it as well. Oh, you can't rush it. It costs 360. Oh, right, because it's a level 2. You could build something else here. One of the armaments buildings, for example, if we want capacity. We could also build one of these. Or we could build up, or we start building, rather, the Foundry of Bones, so we could upgrade the locked stores and get more money out of that. Isn't horrible, but there may be better things to spend it on. There's another one of these here at Ironstorm. But we don't have the construction cost reduction thing here anymore. At least we won't for a while. There's also this to consider. We may want to be saving raw materials for a little while, because we need to get the battlements here to tier 3 so we can build Ogla Khan's tomb, or whatever it's called. Kengai Khan's tomb, whatever. Yeah. Could rush the Fortress of Ice. You know what? If you are going to be losing your industry, we can just take it back. Oh, I just spent some money to transfer it. I guess if we wait a turn or two, we could quicken this. I'm just wondering if there's anything else worth building right now, but it does not look to be the case. Too bad we can't get hero capacity at tier 1. Oh, well, oh, you know what we could do, though? We could use Set an Example instead to get the control bonuses here. It's only for 10 turns, but if we're going to be losing a bunch of labor to this anyway and we'd have to transfer more, let's just do it. Set an Example. There you go. At least you're reasonably, I should say, positive now. And I think for now, if we're not going to upgrade the Overseer's Camp immediately, you can go into income from refinery buildings. Neither of these are refineries, I believe. Refineries are things that are made by factories, which cost raw materials, which we can't build right now because they're too expensive. Let's put you back to billowing smokestacks. You can't get a... wait, no. You can't get a command until we take this back, and then you are good for now. Alrighty, I think we can hold on to the rest of the cash for a little bit. The tomb will cost quite a lot. Oh, we can also change the doctrine here to Masterful Architects, as we will want to get that battlements in 3 turns. And we'll probably want to build something at the Fortress of Eyes as well. Yes. Alrighty. That now looks good to me, so we're going to skip the unassigned skill points. Buildings upgradable. Skip and end the turn and proceed to continuing taking Cathan territory. Well, what's this? Where are you going, I wonder? I wonder if you're going to try to siege Pome. You're just a single lord. You're not an army. I wonder what the purpose of this is supposed to be. I guess we'll find out at some point. Alrighty, Zhatan. New convoy contracts, aha, but we don't have our convoys arriving to where they need to be for another 2 to 3 turns, but it'll be a massive increase in labor. And when we do, maybe we can even rush the tomb. Now, we can't reach Dragon Gate in 1 turn, sadly, and which is quite a shame. We can reach Terracotta Graveyard if we want to, though the question, I suppose, then is, do we want to? It'll enable these guys to build more troops. And we could still jump here. I do wonder if we'd be able to go from Dragon's Gate directly to Snake Gate. If we bypass Terracotta Graveyard, we could go through Snake Gate and back to Nangao and then go back here, really depending on how much territory these guys hold. Yeah, you know what? I think we're going to actually focus on Dragon Gate instead. So you are going to jump right here, stay in our own territory, so that you can heal up. And we'll hit it next turn. We'll leave Dragon's Crossroad, and you know what? I was going to attack you, Grimgor. But I think maybe for now, it might actually be a better use of our time to send Scaff out here. Now, it's going to take him 1, 2... Okay, wait, let me just check. March Stance. It's going to take him 1, 2, 3. Well, actually, not so bad, but 4 turns to get here. Alternatively, if we send him here, it's going to take him 1, 2, 3 turns, and to start attacking the ogres. Really, the question is, can Zhatan deal with this without any help? And maybe he can. Who knows? Oh, wait, we'd have to trespass through these guys' territory. They won't be happy about that. Not that we care all that much, mind you. And I doubt that they're going to attack us, or at least they're not going to attack us without Kolek telling us, or telling them to attack us. So we could very well trespass. Are you able to jump over these mountains right now? No, you'd have to try to risk march stancing. I wonder how well this army would fare against the ogres here. And are these guys at war with anybody? They're at war with Blood Guzzlers and Goldtooth. Oh, wait. If we take these territories, we could probably jump down from Yeti Peak to Cathay. Granted, it'll be into the western provinces, but we could march back up here. Yeah, okay, that's decided. This is the way we're going. Away you go, Scaff. It's time for you to do things. Time for you to do things at last. Alrighty, and then Recruiter Damonsorg. You're going this way. We are going to have you recruit stuff, go figure. Just got to double check Overseers. I really want a nice Overseer for Gordas to be part of his army. Then, Fortress of Eyes. We can get the Weapons Workshop to double the amount of armaments we produce for not a significant change in raw materials. Ooh. So the question is, do we do this right now? Or do we save the 1800 to 2000 for this? I feel like I'd want to save this because we're also going to get a massive influx of labor which we could use for this. Oh, also speaking of labor, set an example back up. Yeah, down to 651. Yeah, maybe we'll save the raw materials for a bit. And then, do we need to make an example here as well? Yes, indeed we do. Okay, gotta be careful with that labor now, as it is dropping. Red Fortress, you're building the money building. And we probably should build something or other here, but in a little bit. I don't want to waste the resources at the current time. A little bit tempted to get the Overseer's camp just for the more raw material farming. Yeah, you know what? Maybe it's time for this. Regardless of the fact that we're about to spend a lot of money on getting new war machines. Anyway, Zhatan, 'tis your turn. You need to get to Boundless Cruelty, for which you are famed for. So you're going to go through Blademaster towards that, and then we'll go for Black Shard Bulwark afterwards. The rest of you are fine. We're going to skip the rest of these turns, then we're going to attack a new gate. Lovely. Ooh, with powered up hobgoblins. I am a little bit tempted to rush this. Just in case this guy sieges it. It's a little bit risky, but you know what? No, we're going to take the risk and not waste the labor. You're not collecting labor right now. Good. Skip, skip, and skip. Oh, let's see if anything interesting happens. I wonder if these guys are going to abandon Dragon Gate. They know Zhatan is coming. And I've definitely seen the AIs abandon settlements many a time. Nope, it looks like he's going to recruit instead. Well, probably a good choice. At the very least, this is the strongest position you could possibly have, the Bastion Gates. Oh wow, so he actually does have a quest, and here I thought that we wouldn't have a quest, and ooh, this directly gives us 75 Conclave influence. That's nice. Enemy forces looks like a bunch of Skaven combined with Ogres. I like combined armies very much, and we will do this as soon as we are healthy and able. I want to do this early. 5,000 gold is also nice, the replenishment could be good. We also have the Chaos Rune Shield, which is pretty neat. Casualty or punishment rate plus 15 for all units in the army. Yeah, alright, we'll have to get that ASAP. I do have to wonder what's in the reinforcements, but I'm confident that Zhatan can overcome. Now, Turtle Gate is nearly to level 2. Pome is ready for an upgrade, but we are saving for... Oh man, we're just a little bit short on the raw materials to upgrade you at 1800. Damn. A little bit unfortunate there, but oh well. Oh well. Zhatan? Kill. Pyrrhic victory according to this, but casualties high. It is a gate after all, so there will be difficult times ahead. Now we could take our time and siege it with a battering ram, but I think we can overcome regardless. Just gotta watch out for the massive number of enemy archers, but with 2 flyers available to us, I'm reasonably confident. Here we go. Alrighty, here we go, and is that ash falling from the sky? That makes it looks really cool. I can't actually tell whether it's the... No, it's not the sky everywhere, it's just around these two. Maybe, it's probably the aura of the Lamassu that destroys the... that destroys the magical weaponry. Makes sense. Anyway, we've arrived at another gate, and man, our gate's not just fantastic looking. Their fortifications are surprisingly sparse, however, considering how much fortifications they should have. Honestly, it's almost a little weird that there isn't stuff from like all the way up there firing down upon you the whole time, but I suppose if that was the case, these things would just be impossible to conquer, or at least a little bit more impossible. Especially at higher levels. Anyway, it's looking like the enemy has deployed for some reason most of its units all the way back here. I'm not entirely sure why it's going to do that. Instead, it decided to put all of its range units up here. That's fine by us. We are going to be clearing those walls shortly, as we now do have 2 monstrous flyers who are fantastic at doing it. Obviously, we are going to knock down those... I want to see the aura of the Lamassu here. We're going to be knocking down those towers, so I'm just going to speed it up until we do, and then until we're ready to head in and clear said walls. If we had a couple more flyers, it would be really nice for wall clear in general. I'll think about it. I'm not sure that this army will have enough space for more flyers, but you know, it does remain to be seen. Anyway, bombardment continues, and it's going to take a while, and man, there is so little ammunition for these demolition rockets. You would think that, I don't know, maybe this thing should expend less ammunition or something, just to make it a little bit better when it's firing on the towers, because it literally only has enough ammunition, yes, without upgrades, but it literally only has enough ammunition to knock exactly 2 towers down and then fire, I think, 1 extra shot. But anyway, we will overcome as we usually do, for we have the blessing of the Father of Darkness, Hashut. So we are going to try to dodge these shots from those enemy range units and towers that fire upon us. We're even going to probably regenerate most of the damage here taken. Ooh, shot from the tower does hit us though, and here come hits from the enemy units, but we are going to pop that armor And that's an extra considerable amount of extra damage resistance. There we go. Now we're going to move around and land in the enemy piles. Gonna hope at least a few of them fall off the walls, and yes, indeed they do. And the Lamasu will begin working on clearing the enemy. And I do mean Lamasu because units have a bad tendency that when they're mounted, the unit on top of the mount just never attacks. I guess it does somewhat make sense in the sense that if it didn't do that, and they'd have to have an animation specifically for the Lord on top of the mount rather than only using the animation of the mount. But it would be nice nonetheless. Like, we can see Thorgrim, for example, smack people with his axe while he's on his throne, so I feel like others could as well. Anyway, Zhatan is going to continue clearing the wall. He should be pretty decent at it, and we're going to drop down his little helper friend, the Demon Smith Pythic Chaos Spirit as well. Ooh, that was a nice charge, damn. If only we could have knocked a few more of those units off, but yeah, those guys were just not stopping the Lamasu there. Alright, well, these guys are in a pretty bad situation, and on top of that, since we now have regeneration, we are just going to regenerate all of those kits, and we have a pretty decent amount of armor on Zhatan as well. Keep clearing the walls, buddy. And here comes the Cup, the Bale Taurus, or the regular Taurus, not a Bale Taurus as yet. We'll get a Bale Taurus eventually. Comes down to annoy the enemy. This is taking quite a while, however, and while I usually wouldn't bother with this, I'm going to pop the piercing bolts of burning right on top of the wall. Ah, you gotta love the redone Lure of Fire. And there we go, that's a little bit of damage to them, and it looks like one and I want to say three. No, all of them are routing. Though, of course, they are going to probably come back. Alright, but we shall go after them. Though when I say we, I mean just Mr. Chaosbeard, as well as the Taurus. Why? Zhatan got bugged. He is stuck. He cannot move and will be unable to move for the rest of the entire battle. He can do nothing. Even if units move towards him, he can do nothing. It's very strange. I was hoping that some units might bail him out by forcing him to get into an animation, but I think that he thinks he's stuck inside a wall or something like that. I've definitely had this bug occur before, where units do get stuck on walls, but yeah, this hurts. And this really hurts. Fortunately, though, this only happened after the Jade Crossbows have been seen off the wall, which is great because the rest of our army is now going to move in. We're going to continue doing a little bit of damage with our Wolf Riders, who are going to shoot up those enemies that are below the walls now. Looks like they want to avoid Zhatan even if he is down there. And ooh, this is also our first look at Oglacon's Wolf Boys here. And they have the same kind of lamellar armor that that their legendary hero has, but look pretty nice in general. Alrighty. We'll see how effective they are over time, but for now they'll be just letting loose with their arrows and helping out our Taurus riding Chaosbeard. It's all you, man. Zhatan can't help you. I wonder, do these guys at least fire while fighting? Oh, you gotta love that animation. Like, he did fire there. Alright, now it's a little bit of a shame that Zhatan doesn't have a gun then, because he could at least fire it from the llama, so you can still see him just standing there. Huh, I wonder, if this guy had gotten stuck, would he have also been able to fire or not? I imagine not, for the simple reason that Zhatan is unable to do anything. See how he's getting attacked, poked away by these spears, but he's not reacting at all, and neither is his Lamasu. Oh, game. Why you gotta do this? Fortunately, he does have regeneration and a single unit of peasant long spears, while they're trying to take advantage of this are not going to bring him down. There's just no way. Plus, we've got arrows flying into them, and most of them will probably drop by the time he takes any significant amount of damage, which I doubt that he will. In the meantime, the gate is already broken down as we've sent in Mr. Gordas to try to help out, and this is vanilla, so gates go down really fast to basically any unit. Alrighty, keep on charging them. Nice shot from that gun. Oh, I'm really loving the Demon Smiths and the fact that they have the gun. You gotta have a gun on everybody. Zhatan, so you could still fire. Well, I guess how's he gonna hold that? Well, he could put his axe away and fire while on the back of the Lamasu, I suppose. Or you know what? You're Chaos Dwarfs. Build the gun into the shield. Make it have very little ammunition, but build it into the shield. Just put a big cannon there with like 3 shots. Anyway, we've broken down the gate and we are moving into the settlement with Gobos first, as usual, and then other units to follow. Of course, we will continue taking support, and here come the fireworks as the arrows stream over the ramparts there. The tower is knocked down and thus not blocking the arrows, and we obviously do have our archers helping out the wolf raiders. Looks like some Jade Warriors are going to move in to counter the Gobos that have moved in, but unfortunately for them, here come the Grim Gunners. They have a grim duty, but they enjoy it very much. There we go. I just wanted to hear the sound of them firing. And they're going to start by focusing down the enemy peasant horses, who with a single volley are taken out, and now we switch to those poor Jade Warriors. Very, very nice, and this is why we left a firing lane open between our units of Gobos. Looks like some enemy peasant archers are firing back at us, or was it maybe Jade Warrior crossbows? Well, either way. They are firing at us, but we should be just fine. Oh, he's pouring powder into his blunderbuss. I thought for a second that he was taking a drink. Which, you know, also par for the course for dwarfs. Huh, and I just realized Chaos Dwarfs have no beer building. Curious. I'll have to take another look. Maybe that's why they have such better machinery. They're not drunk all the time. Not to rag too much on the regular Dowie, of course. In my own Belagar campaign, I am very, very much enjoying the things that they do as well. Zhatan's still up there as well, but now we are streaming into the city, and just like the last time we took a Chaos Fort, we are going to put all of our archers up on the wall. A Flamestorm also comes down from our caster. If we can't clear the enemy with Zhatan himself, the Flamestorm will do it for us, and it looks like it's doing decent amounts of damage already. The enemy lord standing right before it as well. And there we go. Nice little extra bit of damage. And in fact, let's just see. How much damage have you done at this point? 254 kills and 21k damage on Chaos Beard. Very, very nice. And we continue advancing up the ramp. Honestly, at this point, the enemy is in very bad shape already. Oh, I really love this formation. The archers behind the single unit of blunderbusses, and then the Gobos. These are summoned Gobos, but the non-summoned Gobos. This is like the perfect formation for taking early game choke points like this. And there we go, piercing bolts of burning coming down as the enemy try to array themselves and fire down upon us. And as soon as we clear out a few more, we can move back into the fray. As in, move further up the ramp. Very nice. And on top of that, we've already moved our various wolf raiders in, and they've captured this territory, destroying this capture point. Key location, supply location is the word I was looking for in vain, apparently, until I read it. Captured it and destroyed those 2 towers, which will allow the rest of our units to move in, and our army continues to slowly stream into the city as they do. Getting some more shots out of our blunderbusses. And man, the fact that this army started with the 1 unit of blunderbusses, you gotta admit that this is definitely one of the most high-value units that you generally start with. And yeah, I know that some factions start with like a super powerful rare unit or something like that, like a Hydro Titan or something. But Swordsmaster of Koeth, etc., etc. But these guys have been pulling so much weight in this army, and we're obviously gonna get a few more. Although I don't know whether we'll keep them in this army as opposed to getting Infernal Guard with Fire Glaives and War Machines, but we shall see. Anyway, looks like another unit of Jade Warriors will be seen off between fire from the, Demon Smith of Fire and the Grim Gunners here, who have definitely deserved their name, or earned their name. In the meantime, the enemy lord here is already in a horrible shape as Gorda's Backstabber, with his 786 weapon strength, begins to rip him apart. Can't move the camera any lower, unfortunately, because we're in between buildings, but oh well, what the heck is that shadow from? Well, there we go, another lord loses its head, and oh, it's one of the flying banners. These are always really nice shots as well. I can't help but look around at these Bastion maps. Too bad they're not, I don't know, utilized a little bit better in some ways. I mean, these maps. Mostly I just want an excuse to see them a little bit more. But anyway, looks like we're moving back up there. I'm just going to speed it up a little bit while we actually find some combat. As we head up the ramp, and there's a unit of peasant long spearmen coming down, and they're about to get surrounded by gobos from every direction. Well, not these gobos, they're not dead. Those were, well, they are dead, but those were summoned units. Alrighty, Goblin Cutthroats, and we really haven't committed our regular Dwarf Warriors as yet, because why would we? And there's no need. They can start taking casualties if it becomes dicey for us, which it doesn't look like it's going to happen at the current time. In the meantime, let's see, we're flying overhead with Mr. Chaosbeard, who is actually starting to run out of ammunition, but he is not out of mana as he casts another Flamestorm and destroys yet another unit of Peasant Archers so that they cannot fire down from that platform. Looks like the Gobos have also cleared out the Peasants. And the Peasants are going to book it on out of there. And while we are free to move up the ramp. Gonna speed it up a little once again as we wait for more units to move forward and engage the enemy, and there we go. Up the ramp. I do imagine this battle would have gone a lot faster if we had Zhatan to help out, but on the other hand, it is nice that it is a time to shine for Pythic Chaosbeard. There we go, another Piercing Bolts of Burning. I think he's used 3 spells so far, or maybe 4. The fire arrows coming in from all of our Hobgoblin Archers as well, and this is a pretty terrible position for the enemy to be in as well. Attacked by the Gobos, but they are easily attackable by our Archers. Lovely. And the Gobos once again overrun the Peasants and the Jade Warriors this time, and now continue to fire on the Jade Warrior crossbows with shields. It looks like we've also dropped down the Demon Smith on some Hail Gunners out here, which probably could have helped out. The enemy probably should have used those on our Gobos. It would have been a pretty good opportunity. Please don't tell me you're stuck again. No, okay, you're good. Make me nervous, though. And I'm gonna be nervous about clearing walls afterwards. And oh wow, what the heck is this? He's just kind of moving alongside the Hail Gunners there. That's kind of interesting. Oh, interesting. Huh. With all of those attacks, oh no, I thought with the attacks the barricade got destroyed, but in fact the rest of the enemy army shattered rather than continued fighting. Very, very nice, and Zhatan, let's just say that he felt he didn't even need to fight. He just wanted to watch and watch everybody suffer a little bit more without him having to bail them out. Anyway, decisive victory for us, and another gate has fallen. Alrighty, not too bad. I mean, all things considered, since Zhatan got stuck in that particular battle and couldn't fight at all after he had cleared the walls, though he did a great job clearing them, and it looks like our Demonsmith Sorcerer cleaned house instead, and most of our units remain relatively undamaged. Very nice for a gate with something, at least, of a garrison. We're obviously going to occupy the place. Ooh, sacking it gives us 600 labor, though. Huh. It was a tier 3. Nah, but we can occupy a tier 2, right? So yeah, I'd rather keep it a tier 2 rather than pay for the stuff. Confederation between Reichland and Talabekland. There's that goblin upgrade that we wanted, so that's nice. Now we are saving this, but I think we want to get wagon engineering and extended shifts as fast as possible next. That said, we've got most of the military stuff that I wanted in the early portion, so I think we can ignore the military stuff for a little while now. Nothing here that I really think that we really strongly need, at least without going up into the great stuff that's all up here. So, it'll be sorcery and industry. Now, we did want to get envoys to the Conclave and malicious compliance for that extra control, and I think this is the way that we're going to go. We will just briefly get live to work, work to live, and wartime economy and all that once we have spare raw materials, which is not right now. Alrighty, Zhatan, you leveled up despite doing nothing. Let's get your Blade Master. You need to hit just a little bit harder, and then we'll get you hard to hit as well, so that you're hard to hit, not just hitting hard. Gordas, you can get a level up, and let's max out replenish troops, I think, because, no, they need stabbing. They do need stabbing. Alrighty, and Chaos Beard, you know, let's get Arcane Conduit. Oh man, we have been using Flamestorm quite a lot as well, so maybe we want to reduce the cost. I've really been wanting to get Scouting, but I guess at least he's still using the base form of Scouting, so it's still there. Alrighty, next up, or next turn, we will be able to upgrade you. We have decent amounts of labor, and we should be able to reduce the time it takes to build when. Let's see. Convoys. 2 turns and 1 turn. Alright, so next turn. Lovely. It's probably going to take an immense amount of labor to reduce the speed of that. Ooh. I was about to say maybe we upgrade something in the meantime, but I don't think there's anything that's really super useful right now. Fortress of Eyes is the only potential, but I don't want to lose raw materials per turn. We still need way too many raw materials. We could do the Miner's Workshop, I suppose, to increase the raw material production in this territory. And that would enable us to get the Weapons Workshop because it would essentially counteract it. Huh. You know, I kind of like that. I kind of like that indeed. Alright, you know what, that's what we're gonna do. Let's go for the Miner's Workshop. We'll still have enough next turn to build up the Volery here. Won't be able to upgrade the Drill until it's at tier 4, but we'll look towards that fairly shortly as well. We also do have armament capacity coming up, which is good because we're going to build War Machines, both for Zhatan and for Scav here. I'd like to get them both at least a couple fairly soon. I'd also like to try them all out as fast as possible, or as soon as possible. Anyway, I believe unless we have Diplo, which I didn't check this turn. Ooh, hello. Actual Diplo with Clan Verms, though. They'll be dead shortly. There's no point. Northern Provinces wants peace, not unless you're willing to become our vassal, and I doubt that you are. Unassigned skill points, that's fine. Commandment available. Oh, right here. But there is... As I understand, there's no actual useful commandment that we can get out of this, with the possible exception of Master Architects, which is just going to reduce the cost of this. We'll probably just leave the gates at tier 3 and 2 for a while. Pomei can now defend itself against the full stack. Lovely. Alrighty, and Recruiter Damonzork. Honestly, I kind of forgot about you. You're heading to Iron Storm. Or is it, wait, are you going even further than Ironstorm? You need to go to Bloodwind Keep, don't you? Yeah, alright, it'll take a while to get there. I just want those beautiful war machines, the clanking, clamoring war machines, and I really, once again, love the sound design for the Death Shriek rockets, so I can't wait to see and hear the other war machines. And this is another reason why I want to tech up as fast as possible to get access to all the crazy stuff. Stirland destroyed. Convoy completed, 1, and then the second one will be completed next turn. Do they get levels as soon as they complete a journey? You're still level 1. You're level 5 now. Ooh, well, isn't that lovely? Oh, but we can't level you up until we actually send you out, so we can't do that until you come back, can we? Ah, no, we can. We can click it from here. Beautiful. So, better scales will be sale of cargo, but only another 5% rather than the other 10%. I think we'll take the cargo capacity increase by 1. And ambush is unlikely. Local guides, cost of shortcut event. Maybe we'll start going through this. Honestly, I'm still thinking we're going to max go through all of these first. With the... And yes, that includes hidden stores. In fact, you know what? Maybe hidden stores is actually the better one. At level 1. Let's do this, then we'll go local guides afterwards. Lovely. Alright. And we can create a new convoy, but I think we do have use for our money. Shocking, I know. Use for money? What are you talking about, Ruinous? Alrighty, let's also put you, my friend, into raiding stance so that we could get... Wait, it's at 25 or 50? It is at 50 campaign range penalty. Alright, go here. And then head to Snake Gate, which I imagine will fall just as quickly. We get a little bit of extra labor, a little bit of extra money for this. Bring down the gate, and we will then be free to attack Nangao and these guys. What about you, Mr. Scaff? You are... Well, you're going to take quite some time to get there. You need to head into an enemy territory. Oh, wow, you can't do that right now. I don't trust March stance right now. Let's go into jump stance, or underway stance. And yeah, this will be more trespassing in Dolgan territory, but it is necessary. We're headed to Titan's Notch. And then you are where you need to be. So we're going to... Oh. Alright, we can't reduce the recruitment costs unless we retake Dragon's Crossroad. Ooh, but we could retake it next turn. It'll cost us 5k, I think. 2.5k. Oh, no, that's doable. That's quite doable. As long as you're not around... Oh, wow, they are building cannons. Damn. Great for them. Also, this is that little army that was destroyed earlier, right? Well, either way, Recruiter, you're gonna go here. You're gonna retake the Dragon's Crossroad, and then next turn we will begin recruitment. Also, more importantly than that, much more importantly than that, Volare upgraded. Now, this is going to cost 630 labor. And we are going to transfer some labor over to do this immediately, because there's a very, very important building here. So let's do it right now. Although, wait. This convoy will complete its journey next turn, get us 1,000 labor as well. So we don't even have to transfer that much. Rush construction. Yes. Which will give us a little bit low on efficiency. Saberskin destroyed. Hello. Black Crag's boons. Your convoy's assignees relished the march to Karak Adraj, the city once lost by the Western Dwarfs' craven antecedents. Now a symbol of dwargy, thoggy weakness, a Black Crag provides an added delight with your returning convoy's cargo, an arcane token of goodwill. So we get a giant and a mirror shield barrier. Oh, hello. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's real nice. Mirror Shield is definitely going to go on Chaos Beard. Yes, and yeah, we could keep it on the convoy, but what if the convoy gets destroyed, right? I'm not willing to let them have that. Plus, considering this guy's been helping out in melee, he's probably going to need it. We got one more turn until our Conclave influence is up again, and damn. Alright, you know what? I was about to say, damn, because this is the perfect time to fight the quest. We don't have time to fight it this episode, so I think what we'll do is probably call the episode here, and then at the start of the next, we will do the quest for Zhatan's thing. His, I forgot what it was for. It was for that Chaos Rune Shield. Yes, we'll do it for this and the included bonuses, which will also give us more Conclave influence. And in fact, if we spend both Conclave influences next time on this and this, we'd be able to unlock the district fully in a turn. And at the same time, with this having been rushed to Tier 3, we now have access to the Tomb of Kengai Khan, which will give us that upkeep reduction for Hobgoblins, which will be a very useful thing. And in fact, we're going to start building it right now, despite the fact that it takes all of our money. And yes, so let's just briefly transfer 100 labor here, just so that the efficiency isn't screwed for one turn. But we'll get free labor next turn, and then we will upgrade the tomb as well, with all the influx of labor. Yes, alright. Everything's coming up, Zhatan. Last thing, so you transfer out of here. You got a plenty of surplus, and to here. Beautiful. Except... Now, I think none of these places need labor, right? Unless I'm mistaken, we don't have mines there yet. We are going to build one here in 3 turns, but not yet, and we're not building anything in Pomei until we take this stuff. Alright, everything is looking good. I can't wait for the game to suddenly throw a horrible wrench into our situation, because whenever things are going good, they can always get not so good. Anyway, stay tuned for more Zhatan, as I call it here, as well as his quest and the fall of the Snake Gate and the last territory in the Great Bastion, as well as the debut battle for Scaff Iron Pick, hopefully if we get to it next time, plus the recruitment of the War Machines begins next episode as well. So, in glorious times ahead, I'll glory to the algorithm, and hash it, and thanks for watching.